Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, citation, Joachim, teacher, all truth and sincerity. This video is going to be called Sex Equals Marriage. So I'm going to start with the definition of marriage, which is, it says, marriage is an intimate, personal union to which a man and woman consent, consummated and continuously nourished by sexual intercourse, and perfected in a long life partnership of mutual love and commitment. It is also a social institution regulated by the word of God, by the laws and customs which a society develops to safeguard its own continuity and welfare. The Creator made man and woman. So basically, it says by sexual intercourse. So it's saying sex equals marriage right here in the definition of marriage. And as true, the Creator did create male and female. He didn't create any other genders besides male and female. The Animal King would tell you that, because there's male and female of every animal. It's the same in with the humans, the human race, male and female. You know. But anyway, since it says in the definition that sex equal marriage, I'm gonna go to some scriptures that talk about that same topic. So I'm gonna go to Genesis. I'm starting Genesis, chapter 24. If it comes on, so like it's Genesis 24, verse 6. I'm starting verse 63. It says, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. So Isaac was outside in the field just meditating, but he saw camels coming towards him. So he decided basically to walk over to the camels to meet the servants that were coming and the women that were with them. And Rebekah, she saw him coming towards her, and he was a handsome man. What's the word? Pleasing to the eyes, and she got excited and came and got off the camel, And verse 65 says, for she had said unto the servant, what is the man that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. So she took a veil to cover herself when she saw Isaac out the camel, got covered. She took a veil. Like these women, they wear veils in these wedding ceremonies in this society. Some women don't wear veils, but most of the time they be wearing veils to cover their face. Not their whole body, but their face. And then the man, he lifts up the veil to kiss her, But anyway, verse 66, it says, and the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother's Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. He loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. And basically, he popped her in his mom's house, and that was his wife. They didn't go to the justice of peace. They didn't need a marriage license. Once he had, um, you know, consummated the relationship, that was his wife. Because what a man plants into a woman, he either plants his seed in her or his rod. And that's what he did. He planted his seed and rod in Rebecca, and that was his wife. Because, like I said, sexual pleasure can comfort you after death and after a long days of work. That's why I said in Exodus that the more that the Pharaoh afflicted the children of Israel, the more they multiplied. Because, sexual pleasure can ease the affliction, ease your stress. It can relieve your stress that you have. So he was comforted because he needed that at that moment, just to you know be okay with his mother's death. Anyway, to move on, to get more scriptures, this is Exodus 22 verse 16. Slocky, verse 16. It says, if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. And it says 17, if her father early refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. So if a man gets a maid that wasn't betrothed, and that means she wasn't arranged to be married to no one, and he endowed her to be his wife, that means he laid down with her and basically have sex with her. That's his wife, you know. But he has to pay the 50 shekels of silver to the father. But if the father utterly refuse, he still has to pay a dowry to her, you know, to the father. But he just made her his wife right then and there, because he already popped her. So, and the father might might have an issue with it, or he may not. He might tell him, "You pay me the 50 shekels of silver, and I'll just give it to you because you already took her as your wife. I'm not gonna be able to give it to any other man. No other man's gonna marry you. That's your wife now. You know." To move on. Go to Deuteronomy 22 and verse. I'm gonna start with verse 28. It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lie with her shall give unto the damsel's fathers 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. Because once you lay down with a woman who was a virgin, back Salaki, once you lay down with a woman that was a virgin, you basically took her, you humbled that woman. Now she's your wife. You can't put her away all your days. These women nowadays, they go from, dick to dick. But once you lay down with that first guy that took your virginity, that's your husband. You're supposed to be with that man all his life, and not supposed to leave him. But and for that man, he's supposed to give the father 50 shekels of silver. Basically, that's the dowry for the virgin daughter. That's if she was a virgin. But if she wasn't, she'd be stoned. But if she was a virgin, he had to give that money, and she would have to be his wife forever until he dies. Basically until he dies. You know. Uh, and I want to get two more and I'm be done, because it says in scriptures that a man that a man shall leave father and mother, shall cleave unto his wife, and they become one flesh. You become one flesh when you uh basically have sexual intercourse. That's how Adam knew Eve. Because they became one flesh. Uh, this is Genesis 2:24. Therefore shall man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And basically, that's really it. I'm gonna say all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, and double honor to Elder Apostle Great Millstone. Salutation, walking, teaching all truth, sincerity, and shalom.